with. That's not what you're supposed to do.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. We've been
The
looking at
more
this
you
all
know.
wrong. Yeah. In an interview with Tech Syndicate, Bethesda's marketing boss Pete Hines made it known that the company has another previously unannounced title releasing this year. Guys, what do you think? What's it going to be?
I'm gonna go with the sort of like half installment of Fallout, kind of like how we had Fallout 3, then New Vegas, Fallout 4, and now we'll have like the Salem trials because that's the only other Massachusetts town I know.
Boston?
I don't know, man. I think that they've got a lot of options for what they could do. They own a lot of IPs.
Card game.
They do.
No, fuck off.
Card game?
No,
What?
No,
What?
no, stop.
FPS card game?
No,
That's where my mind went.
Oh my
Guys,
gosh.
they're already doing the Elder Scrolls card game. They're not going to come out with 2 card games.
Oh.
Wait, they are
Aren't they?
doing an Elder Scrolls card game?
Yes, it's called like Legends or something.
What?
They're doing a Fallout card game. No,
Why would they come out with 2 different card games?
I
Damn.
don't.
Because
I don't.
card games are hot right now. I mean,
They don't need 2 of them though.
Why would
And
you
there's
not come out with 2 card
li-
games?
to be fair, there's like literally almost no overhead. Like once you have most
No, okay. There's so much quality assurance you have to do. You have to test the cards against other cards and have to have so much people like try the cards against other people.
Hang on, shut up.
It's so much you
Shut
have
up.
to do. It's
No.
very, very hard. You will understand because you don't play card games.
No,
okay,
listen,
bro.
listen.
trigger.
That shit is, spoiler alert, kind of easy to figure out if that has been your entire job for the better part of like 30 years. So all of those people who launched all of those various card games in the 80s and 90s and early 2000s based around all those different IPs for like shit like Wizards of the Coast or whatever. I don't know who else makes that.
There was a
Tops,
card game for
Tops, I don't
everything.
know. There was.
Konami.
There was a card game for literally fucking everything. So those rules are actually kind of pretty easy to suss out. Game balancing is a normal part of development. You have to do so much less work with assets, with graphic development involved in a card game than you would a normal game. There's as much normal game balancing that goes into a regular video game as there is in a card game, if not way more, probably way more.
Yeah, and there are so many fucking nerds out there like you, Chris, who would eat up the chance to PTR and test stuff for free that there's no overhead to that.
Oh, please. You can't trust the ideas of nerds on the internet. They would make the game so terrible.
But it's the same, dude. It's the same development tactic and strategy as making mobile games or switching from AAA to mobile games because they do make money. That's the stupid part, is that these card games, like the difference between making a physical card game and a digital card game, like there's so much more overhead doing a digital fucking card game. So much more. Like you have to actually print a fucking physical product to be able to do a physical card game. Not only that, but now you get to inject microtrans and loot boxes into a non-physical fucking product.
Well, you got to sell those shiny cards.
Oh my
The shiny
God.
cards are the best ones. That's why they cost 4 times as much.
Yeah, you have to get holographic cards in virtual reality now.
The shit is such a fucking racket. Like, how do you not like? And the thing is that people keep just shelling out for it, and not like, even if your game has a low user base, there are people who shell out enough, like thousands of dollars for these microtrans items. You know, look at things like fucking MapleStory, dude. Like, there used to be people who would spend ungodly amounts of money.
Used to?
Probably still do. I don't
there,
even know.
there are a bunch of people that still play that. Absolutely.
But
Wow.
it's the couple of people that spend, $5,000, $6,000, $10,000 on shit in that game that is able to keep it afloat.
and that was
that's
all glamour.
and that's why, like, there are so many like traditional game companies as well as new development projects that are trying to cash in on that. But it's a bubble. Ultimately, that shit's a bubble and it's gonna burst. It's just a question of when.
Yeah, okay. Well, in my experience, bubbles haven't burst. Case in point, Nintendo. In fact, you're just adding to our bubble. Mr. Nate.
That is admittedly a bubble that no one can comprehend. It makes no sense. It defies all logic.
That's it. Nintendo needs to make a card game.
Haven't they done that?
Mm,
They don't have a card game?
I actually find that
card game. I don't
hard
I
think
mean,
so.
actually, technically, I think there is a physical Nintendo or a physical Mario 1 card game that's out recently released.
So
They have
Nintendo
digital board games, but not card games.
Nintendo, before they made video games, used to make playing cards. So it would be hugely ironic if they just circled all the way back around to a digital card deck, and that's the thing they make the most money off.
You want to know how you could really, really destroy Nate? Imagine if the Pokemon Switch game was somehow card based.
Yeah, no.
They
It's
did
actually-
have, but remember Pokemon card game, the
Yes.
actual game? That was the
Yes.
best game. I
No.
loved it.
No,
It's
wasn't.
still
no, it was
around,
not.
Mika.
It's still around today, and it still sucks ass.
Wait, really? The one that was on like the Game Boy?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that
Ah.
trading card game still exists today.
No, I'm talking
Nika,
about the Game Boy game.
Nika, you can play the card game
I know, but
electronically on
Right.
the internet for free.
but the,
Yes.
right, but I'm talking about how the Game Boy game, how they were like gym leaders and you had to beat them with the card. It was
Oh,
awesome.
yeah.
And then you'd win and you'd get booster packs for winning. It was so cool.
It was like there was like a mini Pokemon game inside the card game
Right.
where it's like you're walking around battling trainers
Yeah,
and stuff.
it was
and
the
yeah, there were
exact same
gyms.
thing as
Yep.
a regular Pokemon
Yeah.
game, but you would start with cards instead of a starter Pokemon.
That
and,
actually
like,
was kind of a cool concept.
It was really awesome. That was one of my favorite games. I'm pretty sure I still own it.
But the card
But-
game was ass.
Yes, the card game was ass. The card game as a card game was ass.
So
the card
bad.
game now is ass because
So
like they
bad.
have so many.
EX monsters.
Yes, exactly.
Oh my
Dude.
god.
See, fucking, it's dumb. It's
They had
so stupid now.
They had to do a new set where it was the original set being reprinted, but with the Pokemon all stronger than they were because there's been so much power creep over the years that all the original Pokemon are
Yep.
useless.
See, here's the thing is if they did like if Pokemon wanted to do a card game on the Switch, they could do it. It would be Pokemon trading card game. It would never supplant the original series.
No, you're right. It wouldn't.
If they want it, like I what I'm worried about, and I am kind of worried about this, is that when they do make the jump to the Switch or whatever next gen they're doing, I mean,
So
we've heard
2020.
we've heard so many rumors that they're, and even the anime is hinting that they're going back to Kanto, that I'm really worried that they're going to revamp the game with a new battle system. That's going to be, yes. Like,
It's going to be
Well, it's just
FF15
Nintendo
for
knows
Pokemon.
that all the people that were super into them when they were kids are now the money spending age. And that's exactly what they're doing.
Ugh.
Anything to get people of our generation spending money, they're going to do it. Nothing
No.
new.
They're never gonna touch the Pokemon Golden Goose Egg. They'll have like spin-offs like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, which is like roguelike Pokemon. They'll do spin-offs like that for sure, but they're never gonna switch up the battle system
or
in the
like
main line.
Pokken. I see, like
Pokemon,
I just don't know. I like that's really the only thing that could kill it for me because the Pokemon have degenerated into such stupidity.
Yeah,
like
did you see this newest one that's just like a Pokeball?
I fucking did, and it's so bad. Like although I do have to appreciate that there's the one Ultra Beast that looks like a wall, and so every meme I've seen has had what's his name, Young Goose. Or fucking the Trump Pokemon with the wall. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
It's honestly, those jokes have been pretty good. But yeah, the one that looks like Xurkitree fucked a clown. Like, what is that shit?
The New Year's Eve, New Year's Ball, or what? The New York.
Oh
New
my
Year's
god,
Ball? Yeah.
so bad. And then I think we get a new form of Lycanroc. But other than
Only
that,
if you pre-order.
really?
I think that Dusk form Lycanroc is only if you pre-order.
Fuck, I got to pre-order.
Oh no!
God, see,
Why?
I know.
I didn't
know.
even know all
Terrible.
this shit about the
See,
new
I thought-
Pokemon.
I
I was
actually-
trying to make a Pokemon Generation 1 joke where, it's a Pokemon, it's a Pokeball. That's great. That's great design. Or Grimer, it's
Oh,
a
so you're-
blob.
Yeah, you're making fun of
Gen 1
Electro. Yeah, I get
Pokemon,
it.
yeah, for
I
being
get
shitty. Yeah, that's what I was going for. But
No,
whoosh, way over at Nate's side. He was over on Highway 51. I was over here backing out of the driveway. He was gone.
so then go ahead and defend those new Ultra Beasts, man.
I didn't even see him yet.
So go look them up. You're sitting
that,
in front of a fucking computer. Go
They're
look them
so
up.
bad.
How is it that Callie and I watched the Nintendo Direct and the Nintendo fanboy did not?
Hey,
I know,
listen
you
here. Let's
fucking
not
idiot.
use words like watched,
no.
okay? I
You
slept through
watched.
half of it.
You were listening. I saw
I
you.
know I was. Ugh, but I was having bad dreams. Couldn't help it. Bad dreams of boring things from my childhood that suck today.
Yeah.
Is there only 2 things?
Yeah. There's just the two.
That's it. It's
that
just
they've revealed 2 new
That's
Ultra Beasts.
Okay,
Yes.
look, Nate. Look, Nate.
Well, there's
Nate,
also-
Nate,
there was-
no,
hang on,
no.
hang on.
Look. This is why I don't buy fucking remakes. Because what's the fucking point? 2 new Pokemon?
New areas. There's actually gonna be new areas and stuff.
Yeah, like what I'm expecting with Sun and Moon Ultra is like what I was buying Sun and Moon for, right? Like it. That's why.
You want to
part
buy
two-
a complete game, and that's why you're gonna buy a second
Exactly.
game.
Yes. Yeah.
This is DLC, except it's not downloadable. It's just purchasable in a little game pack.
I know exactly what it is. Yeah. But that's, to be fair, that's what fucking Black and White 2 was.
I didn't buy. Did I buy? Oh, I guess I did buy that one.
Yeah, so you shut the fuck up.
Okay, well that was one. I didn't buy.
And you bought Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. I mean, other than
oh,
the
I guess technically, I didn't.
other than
beat
the other than the graphics update, that's basically the same
Actually,
fucking thing.
Chris, they don't
He
care if
didn't
you
even
beat it.
No, guys, he didn't even play that because I
Yeah.
actually went and got his cart from him. He had got maybe 2 hours into it and played through it so that I could get the cart specific legendaries from him.
They don't care that he played it. They cared that he dropped $39.99
Exactly. It's
That's
even
all they
it
care about.
actually undercuts his point even more that he
Yes!
bought it and then didn't even play it. Okay. So here's my point. I'm actually going to play the whole fucking thing, but I do expect there's a couple of things that I expect. Like I expect there to be like more what do you call them? TM trainers, like move tutors. That's it. Like I expect there to be like actual move tutors in the game and not bullshit. I hope that they get rid of the fucking friendship plaza or whatever that is, although I know that they won't. But I expect it to be sort of like what Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire added to the game, because they took a lot of really competitive aspects out of there when they took move tutors out. So
God, Robbie, don't you just hate it when competitive Pokemon players try to like spew their knowledge on you? It's just so annoying.
Anyway.
So that's it for the Bethesda story.
Yeah, for that Bethesda. I wonder
Why
what
don't you
game's coming
play
out
the
for
fucking
Bethesda. So yeah, I think it's probably not Elder Scrolls 6. Anyway,
What spiraled off because of card game, and is that where?
yeah,
I don't know how we
yeah.
got there.
Thanks for that. Thanks for
welcome.
that total
You're welcome.
fucking tangent.
I was gonna make
That
a
was good
side
discussion,
comment
guys.
about how Konami should go make another card game, but instead of having it be Yu-Gi-Oh, they should have it be Metal Gear Solid, the card game.
Can you
Stop.
just-
And there could be like
Stop.
2 phases. There could be like a
That's
sneaking
already
phase.
a game. It's called Metal Gear Acid, you fucking retard. It existed
but
for the
you know-
PSP. It would be
You
a
know what I
remake,
would
you
take
fucking
though,
idiot.
from Konami? I would take a Suikoden card game just to prove that they haven't forgotten about Suikoden.
God
Sweet
damn it,
what?
Luca. Don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to yourself.
I need to know that they
It's
still
done.
love us.
Just
Further
don't.
proof.
No,
No.
they're done.
Terrible.
It's
No.
done. It's done.
No.
That is not the same company that made those games. It is just not.
I know.
Oh, that hurt.
Hey,
me.
Nika,
My
you should
heart.
you should play the new Suikoden games. They're called Fire Emblem, and they're available on Nintendo products.
They're
Not just
try
not
that.
at all the same.
Not just
type of
that.
game, but
Not just
They're-
that, but the people who work at Konami currently fucking hate the people who made that game. They don't just want to
Really?
like, oh,
I mean, I know
fuck,
that the teams
yes,
were all
they do.
disbanded. And
no,
shit,
no, no.
but-
Anyone who works at Konami now hates anyone who used to work at Konami 10 years ago because they're doing
Okay.
shit like trying to deny them health care.
That's fair.
Okay. All right. Like that's the company that we're currently talking about when we currently talk about Konami. We're talking about the same company that has tried to deny people who used to work for them fucking health care.
Yep.
There is no way that anyone who touched Suikoden, the original game, or any of the subsequent sequels, it still even has a job there, much less is liked by anyone at that company. I think if
you're
you
probably entirely correct. Yeah.
if you could find a current Konami employee, right? And that current Konami employee found an old Konami employee on fire, they would not stop to pee on them to put them out, nor would they like take a fire extinguisher or something reasonable. Like they would
might
just
take a selfie though to show everybody else back at the office.
That's probably true. They might stop
they'd
to
hump a whole
enjoy the
bunch of-
charbroil smell, but that's about it.
They dump some more Yu-Gi-Oh cards on him to fuel the fire.
Well, that's a good use of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Alrighty, so director Bruce Straley has resigned from Naughty Dog. His 18-year tenure with the company had him serving as director for games such as The Last of Us and the Uncharted